John.
You say chief. You say chief.
What's that?
You say chief.
Chief's still here.
Speaking of that. Hey, now, you said, I know you said, buddy, called chief. When I looked at it, I felt, and you had all of your partners there. It's the ones in Pennsylvania. It's gonna be a little hitch and a giddy up there, huh?
A little bit.
Yeah. So what are those two white cars over there in the, that's great. Township parking lots, the green lanes, it's all wrecked up. Your guys or?
No.
When you have to keep them? Or-
Yeah.
Really?
I wonder when the DA's office says. Yeah, we storm is your place.
Huh?
And then we storm is your place. Funny, they said no.
Yeah, I know. They both cars in the box.
Yeah.
Same. Yeah. I went through, I first saw it, maybe it's when you guys come in, took our stuff out and keep it for, you know, workers' comp or something.
What's that? Because you're dropping something out.
I'm not sure anybody's gonna.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I know.
That's fine.
See people, you see what's going on. You know, knows me. If I wouldn't take care of my wife, I'd probably be more involved. Yeah, that new? Oh, John, he's empty chief?
Yeah.
Is that a new position or is that just, huh?
As of January.
Everybody knows I just always know new time. All the time I work on.
Yeah, he got promoted to deputy chief and Harry got promoted to lieutenant.
Okay, okay.
We're all preparing for me to retire.
Yeah. Wait. I mean, I see, I just,
No, they're pushing me out the door.
if you're not you.
That's not true. He thinks he doesn't protest too much.
Oh, John's pushing.
How about that? It's like Coach Shakespeare.
Oh, are they pushing you or is Paul pulling you?
Full of both.
Trying to drag you into the honey types.
Yeah. He's ready to go. Don't let anybody fool you.
Just dragging you out to the hunting cabin, but
Well, he's living a life up there.
how many years? Or
37 right now.
That's your whole career or you so much?
Pretty much.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, I mean, no, you're wrong.
What's that?
So no, you're a little bit.
You haven't?
I know. Stay out of trouble, man. People just,
Oh, that's a good show.
you know, it's tough. It's the two, the one behind me and the one down the street. They,
Yeah.
I'm in their business.
John, if your dad comes in and I'll see your name on the I'm happy.
That's good. She still goes down that road.
It's everywhere.
Mhm.
It is everywhere.
Oh,
The text group today, they had a parade of pickup trucks just doing 60 down Fairway.
It's,
I had to be doing 60, and he
I,
flew.
I,
They
I,
didn't even stop at the light, the stop sign. They just blew right through.
I think, well, my perception is a lot has changed since COVID, when, you know, it was like a get out of jail free card for
Yeah.
everybody. And now they don't want to, you know, they still think it's the same, so, but it's every day.
One, he didn't even slow down, and I guess he had weight in the back of his pickup.
Yeah,
And he almost rolled into. He went on 2 tires and only came back,
Yeah.
but he almost rolled into the parentheses.
okay.
And I was like,
Well, they've already lost their mailbox once.
yeah, they've already lost it once. But I was like, you know what? It'll probably maybe it wouldn't be such a bad deal. Maybe Mr. Prenti get a new, new yard out.
He just had, they just redid the front of that house.
They said the
So
state
bad.
of farm. Yeah, they said.
I'll be left alone now.
Well, the driveway was closer, because they put a new driveway in, and they have a sinkhole already from it.
Oh, no, they just sealed it.
Yeah.
Call the May 19th meeting to order. Please join me in the pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The board met in the executive session to discuss matters of litigation. I'm carrying the approval of the minutes.
Make a motion that we approve the minutes from Monday, April 21st, 2025, board of supervisors meeting.
Second.
All in favor? Announcements. Todd.
Thank you. The summer movies in the park series will kick off on June 18th with Despicable Me 4. All movies are held in the Warwick Community Park at dusk behind the large pavilion. For more information, visit warwickrec.com. Also an update on the recreation station playground. The official grand opening will be June 17th at 11 a.m. However, the playground will be complete hopefully in about a week's time. But please follow us on our website or social media, and we'll be posting when it is open to the public. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Tom. Citizens comment, we have one. Brittany, go.
Good evening. Thank you for allowing me time to speak tonight. I'm not here as a politician or an activist. I'm here as a parent and a mother of two autistic boys, and someone who knows firsthand the daily challenges faced by families of nonverbal and vulnerable children. My niece was nonverbal until nearly the age of 5. Because of her, I spent years learning to advocate for safety, education, and medical care, things many parents never have to even think about. That's why I'm speaking tonight, because children in our township were abused in a classroom. And the heartbreaking truth is that they were failed not just once, but over and over again by a system that was supposed to protect them. Now, I understand the township does not manage the internal operations of our schools. And I've read the email from our township manager outlining those limits, but respectfully, there is a meaningful difference between what a township is prohibited from doing and what it has simply chosen not to do. While Warwick may not oversee school curriculum, it absolutely holds both the authority and the responsibility to prioritize public safety. And across Pennsylvania, other townships have recognized that duty and acted on it. They've already set the precedent. Let me give you a few clear examples. Milford Township in Bucks County in 2016, the Board of Supervisors passed ordinance number 165, establishing a school resource officer through an intergovernmental agreement. They granted Quakertown Borough officer authority to serve inside the schools, ensuring a consistent police presence to keep students safe. Bald Eagle Township in Clinton County in 2024, supervisors passed an ordinance to contract increased police patrols around Central Mountain High School, specifically targeting school zone traffic. Mill Creek Township in Erie County in 2025, officials donated to retired police vehicles to the school districts to enhance campus security. Ferguson Township in Center County in 2020, during COVID, the township leaders enacted temporary ordinances requiring face masks and limited gathering spaces. Again, these are all things that were public health or related that the township needed ordinance into the schools. Each of these actions was taken at the township level to protect the students, not because they were forced to, not because they had a formal agreement with the school district, but because when the safety of children is at stake, local governments didn't wait. They didn't say it's not our jurisdiction. They didn't say, they said, this is our community and we're going to protect it. Warwick Township can and should do the same. The legal precedent is there. The moral precedent is even stronger. What's missing is the will to act. Let's follow the example set by other townships and adopt an ordinance requiring video and audio recording in all self-contained special education classrooms within Warwick Township. Because public safety doesn't end at the school doors, and neither should our responsibility. Now, the facts about what happened at Jamison are not in dispute. According to the independent study from Disability Rights, children were unlawfully restrained, some were denied access to basic needs like water, at least one child was left unclothed for extended periods of time, and others were physically disciplined in ways that would be criminal outside of the school building. The school district's own internal investigation confirmed much of this, including delays in reporting to Childline, failures to inform law enforcement, and parents left in the dark. Now imagine if there had been a camera, just one, in that classroom. This wouldn't have been dragged on for months. There would have been transparency, there would have been accountability, and most importantly, there would have been protection for the children involved. This is not about interfering with education, this is about safeguarding the students, especially those who cannot speak up for themselves. And while on the topic of safety, I want to respectfully request that the township also authorize an independent, non-governmental review of how the Jamison Elementary case was handled. This isn't about assigning any blame. This is about identifying gaps, learning from what went wrong, and ensuring we can do better next time, hoping there isn't one. Any resulting report which should avoid naming any individual officers publicly. This isn't a gotcha moment. This is a chance to grow, to strengthen policies, improve procedures, and make sure our officers have every tool they need to serve and protect more effectively. A review like this can help raise our clearance rates and ensure we are doing right by all of our residents, especially our most vulnerable. I urge you to read the full Disability Rights Pennsylvania report, because it's like 38 plus pages. I was gonna print it, but I won't have that much paper. Not just as township officials, but as neighbors, as parents, and as members of the community. Because this isn't just a school issue, it's a township issue, a community concern, and above all else, it's a moral responsibility. You've said you care about families, you've said you stand for public safety, you said you support the vulnerable. This is your chance to prove it. Please pass this ordinance, authorize the independent review, and let Warwick Township lead and show that we will never turn our backs on those who need us most. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment.
Thank you. First item on the manager's report is the DCED fire study agreement. The board executed a letter of intent to pursue a fire study back in the fall of 2024. DCED is now ready to proceed with that study. They will be focusing on personnel response and response times. We hope to have the results within about 4 months. So ideally, it's a time in case there's any 2026 budget implications. So if the board wishes, approve the agreement.
Bob, any questions?
No questions.
Michael?
No question.
Anyone?
Make a motion that we approve the DCED fire study agreement.
Second.
All in favor?
Next is resolution 2025-22, America 250 PA Share Your Story. In celebration and recognition of the upcoming 250th anniversary, the Pennsylvania Association of Township Supervisors recommend pass a resolution outlining their story. So our story is a resolution of the Warwick Bucks County commemorating the history of Warwick Township and supporting the Pennsylvania Commission for the United States semi-quintessential to America 250 PA. Whereas Warwick Township, located in central Bucks County, Pennsylvania, was officially established by petition in 1733 and named after the English town of Warwick, reflecting the roots and heritage of many of its early settlers. And whereas Warwick Township holds a significant place in the history of the Commonwealth and the nation, having played a vital role during the American Revolutionary War, including its location along the route taken by General George Washington's troops on their way to the historic Battle of Brandywine. And whereas during the Revolutionary War, General George Washington and 11,000 of his soldiers headquartered in and around the historic Mullen House for 13 days, from August 10th to August 23rd, 1777. And whereas during Washington's encampment of the historic Mullen House in Warwick Township, Marcus de Lafayette and Count Casimir Pulaski arrived to assist the American cause. And whereas for nearly 250 years, the residents of Warwick have contributed to the strength, character, and growth of the township. And whereas the township continues to honor its past through the recognition and celebration of its historic areas, such as the Mullen House, the Chamonix Presbyterian Church, and the 8 Arch Bridge, as well as the support of organizations such as the Warwick Township Historical Society, which educates the public and protects Warwick Township's heritage. Now therefore be it resolved that the Warwick Township Board of Supervisors does hereby commemorate, celebrate the proud and rich history of Warwick Township and honors all those, past and present, who have helped shape its enduring legacy. And be it further resolved that the Board of Supervisors endorses America 250 PA in its mission to educate, preserve, innovate, and celebrate the rich history and diversity of this state.
Any questions? Can I have a motion?
I make a motion that we adopt resolution 2025-22, America 250 PA carrier forward.
And second,
Second.
all in favor?
Next is an annual item, that is our destruction of records resolution for 2025. In observance with the PA Records Retention Manual, staff wishes to dispose of the following records: the Warwick County tax bills and receipts packets 2017 and older, Central Bucks School District tax bills and receipts packet 2027 and older, Parks and Recreation receipts, rentals, and field permits for 2027, police personnel records from 2016 or older, non-uniform personnel records, termination date of 5 years or older, bank statements and reconciliations from 2017, check registers and bill payments from 2017, cash receipts and deposit records from 2017, accounts payable documents from 2017, zoning hearing board financial records from 2017, IRS 1099 forms from 2017, payroll timesheets and pay period reports from 2017, unhired employment applications and unrelated documents older than 2 years, statements of financial interest older than 5 years, and general administrative email correspondence for 2020 or older. And this is, all these were done last year. This is just 1 year further into the past.
Any questions, Michael?
Questions?
Bob?
No questions.
You have a motion?
I make a motion that we adopt resolution 2025-23, destruction of records resolution.
Second.
All in favor?
Next is resolution 2025-24. We've identified a grant from DCED that could be used towards our sidewalk program. Each year, the township has been putting in sidewalks for about the last 4 years. This year is no different. We have several connections going in on Guinea Lane and Almshouse Road. There's one connection in particular the staff have identified as it would be a very expensive connection. It's a connection on Almshouse Road between Land Road and Sunrise Way. If you're familiar with the area, Almshouse Road kind of goes down to a dip. There's a tributary there, so that sidewalk would require a pedestrian bridge. The CKS engineers drafted 2 estimates for your consideration. One would just be making the Sunrise Way to Land Road connection with the bridge. The other would be incorporating that connection with a connection between CVS Pharmacy and St. Cyril's Church, also on Almshouse Road. The difference is $921,000 for Land Road to Sunrise Way, or both combined with 1.15 million. And that was with an estimate of engineering. I looked at this. I've reviewed the grant application, preparing this one myself. I think it would be more advantageous to have one location on our grant application. I also know the difficulty and the amount of time needed to build a bridge. And the section between CVS and St. there's no bridge work, there's really nothing out of the ordinary. The construction costs should be relatively low. So I'd recommend keeping these two things separate, just making a recommendation for, we'll call it the pedestrian bridge portion of Almshouse. Forward as far as what the application.
Questions or thoughts?
I just want to keep the land for to Sunrise Way separate from St. Cyril's, because I think we can look at St. Cyril's separately. I mean, wouldn't it be cumbersome to have the two projects in one grant?
It's not impossible, but yes, it would, I think cumbersome would be appropriate.
Yeah, I think it's cleaner to keep it one.
And then we'll just pursue the grant for the second project, second.
For the second project, the St. Cyril's to CBS could just be part of your normal sidewalk, but like, which we fund those programs.
We don't have certain
Our-
Okay.
So do you need a motion?
Yeah, motion to approve resolution 2025 -24, with a caveat that it just be land road to Sunrise Way.
It's one of the ones I could say so moved.
Sure.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Next item is treasurer's report for April 2025. For the month of April, revenues outpaced expenditures by $1,189,806. Real estate transfers posted $50,078. Building permits posted $18,119. And earned income tax posted $244,000. Local service tax posted $14,806. Fund balances for April are as follows, subject to audit. General fund, $15,694,561. Firehouse and equipment, $844,909. Road machinery, $142,363. Capital projects, $699,627. Highway aid, $467,517. Parks and recreation, $1,026,545. Parks and recreation capital, $307,784. Capital reserve, $89,738, for a total of $19,274,044.
Any questions, Rob?
No questions.
Question.
Can I have a motion?
Make a motion that we accept the treasurer's report for April 2025, subject to audit.
Second.
All in favor?
Just kind of related to this, I wanted to highlight the statement the board made at one of the last meetings about the fund balance, and then the grant that we, the $500,000 that we got for the repair station, we had to front that money. So that's why having this money is so important. We can do that and know that we have the time and the cash flow to keep operating. So that's like a real life example.
Yeah.
Bill payments, request approval of the bill payments for May 5th, $172,843.60. And for May 19th, totaling $139,101.42, subject to audit.
Any questions?
I did have one question.
Sure.
We bought a tire for one of our projects. It really costs $1,400.
Yes.
I was like, I was based at that. I was like, one tire.
Every little hose, gasket, coupler, whenever it's for like a case, backhoe, it's all very expensive.
Make much that we.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Any questions? I have a question. Sure. I saw a $20,000 bill for Havis for opening a new police car. Is that for what? That's it.
So they're doing three.
Okay. So that's not all.
It's all within budget.
Okay.
Yes, so when we buy three cars, the car dealership, we pay the car dealership for the actual cars. And then it's about cheap, is it 20 per
Yes,
to upfit? So that's, okay.
that was one car.
Okay. Other question, we had $6,000 electrical bill to replace if I to go back here,
Yes,
will that be paid by the contract, will they get up, or what's gonna happen?
the contractor would put in the playground in the mark. 20. Air bill was 21,000.
Okay, so that was just a small portion.
So the contractor is agreed to pay $60,000. You probably could have gotten last work cost lower, but after we looked at the situation, we wanted to run the electrical line outside the playground. So we trenched it around that it would run longer, but now we don't have the electrical line from the playground. It's safer, but also it installed an emergency shut off. So for this line, this is the line of the pavilion, that right by the swimming pool, but it feeds that building, it feeds all the, it feeds the parking lot lighting, basketball lighting. So that came directly from when it was built in 1998. That came directly from. There was no way, no, circuit breaker. There was no way to turn it off, right? So, so we have an emergency check. So we felt good with the 15th, we kind of considering that we're not really replacing the nine.
Right. Okay. Have a motion.
Make a motion to accept bill payments for 5/5, 5/19, 2025.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
What's your report tonight? Michelle?
I do have one. I have two items for you tonight. The first one is a escrow reduction request. We are recommending the reduction in the amount of financial security for 1549 Stony Road, which is land development number 19-02. This is escrow release number 5, and we're recommending the reduction in the amount of $50,877.60.
Michael, anything?
So they're in the middle of constructing that development, right?
Yes.
But can you release escrow as they keep hitting benchmarks? Like what triggers that release?
There is an escrow tabulation that is done that lists all of the improvements, construction-related improvements for a development. There are each individual line item, how much 15-inch storm sewer, how many construction entrances, things of that. When they complete those items, they request that the amount or the cost of that be reduced in their required financial security. So as those items get completed, they submit the request, we review the request and process the paperwork for your approval.
The whole process is funded by the developer. So if you have a project that has 10 escrow releases, that's 10 times the CS, like we have to do inspection, verify their engineer, but they said it's done. But all that's paid for by, but some developers won't really do any escrow if they know that first cost and they enter. Where some developers do multiple escrow releases, I think they then use this money to pay contract.
Have any questions? Then motion.
Make a motion to approve LD 19-02 for 1549 Stony Road, escrow release number 5.
All in favor?
The second item is regarding land development number 21-02, known as Spring Dance Hot Tubs. It's located on lot 18 in the Warwick Business Campus. As these developments get done, when they think they're done, they ask for a punch list to show them what we feel needs to be done. And they request that punch list, and we need authorization from the board in order to create that punch list. So we're asking for authorization to create a punch list for the Spring Dance Hot Tub development.
Mike, any questions?
No question.
Robin? Can I have a motion?
Make a motion to approve LD 21-02 Spring Dance Hot Tub creation of a punch list.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle. All right, old business, Mike.
None.
Rob? Kyle? New business, Michael?
None.
Robin? Kyle? public comment? Seeing none, I'll ask for adjournment.
A motion to be adjourned.